All right, this is not going to take long for me to kind of bring this point home, but just to kind of reiterate it because a lot of conservatives, if you will, right now are seeing yet again another example of this. So libertarians had to deal with this with one of the Koch brothers when he passed, and how deranged these leftists are and how they absolutely want you dead. See, people think I'm speaking in hyperbolic terms when I say that they want you dead, but no, that's exactly what they do. They want you dead. So while a lot of, let's say, definitely conservative commentators and whatnot are mourning the death of Rush Limbaugh, you are seeing on the opposite side how evil these guys are in terms of that. That's ultimately what they want from you. They want you gone. They want you dead. And yeah, that's certainly what it is. So now, whether you agree or disagree with Rush Limbaugh in terms of certain statements and things that he said is certainly neither here nor there, because one guy, like I said, I talked about it with the Koch brothers when he passed, who had, even with a lot of these leftist, more social views that had been heavily funded by him, they said the same thing about him. They still treat Bernie Sanders. I mean, I guess their head NPC goes out there, rolls out that propaganda, and of course attributes everything bad to the Koch brothers, and that's just kind of what we deal with. But they said the same thing about him, and he's not a bigot or anything that they would dare to try to deem on Rush Limbaugh. That's not what it is. No, see, when you're dealing with this bunch, you have to understand that these guys are control freaks, and they feel anybody that's influential that's on the opposite side is an issue. They're a problem, and that's ultimately what they want. You dead. This is why they go out of their way so bad to try to paint people as the most evil people that they possibly can. And again, I'm not here to saint for Rush Limbaugh or pretend that he was one. I absolutely don't care to do that at all. Never once you heard me on this channel come to his defense. I'm not even coming for his defense right now. What I am doing is using this as a point to solidify all of the things that I've been saying about that side. You saw on Twitter, in which what was trending when the Rush Limbaugh's death, it was like rotten hell, good riddance, and all this sort of thing. This is how they feel about you. The same thing they said about one of the Koch brothers when he passed. This is how they operate, guys. And the minute you guys understand this, the more let's take a step back. All of this is connected with some of the things that we have been talking about recently and how the left operates from a cultural standpoint, right? And how right now you're seeing this sort of cultural awakening by a lot of non-leftists because they are seeing how the leftists have been playing this game. Look, you can't treat them like you treat your colleagues or something because they don't operate and play by the same rules as them. They will absolutely low blow. They want you eliminated, and they will do whatever it takes to make sure that happens, including wishing death upon you. But you got to understand that that's because you're in the way when it comes to their totalitarianism and their absolute control, because that's what they want. That's why I don't play with them with kitty gloves. See, folks look at my Twitter and they look at everything that I say and they say, man, you're really harsh about some of the things you say when it comes to these leftists. I'm like, dude, have you ever seen the post that I'm retweeting or anything? You see how they treat me? If anything, I'm reciprocating. But I have no desire to treat them like they have no desire to treat me. Like, that makes no sense. Yeah, I would treat someone else with a lot more caution, if you will. But with them, I can't do that. Why would I do that? Because they want me dead too. They want you out of there. You are an issue. You are a problem. They will spit on your grave in the event that one of your own dies because you are in the way. And that is speaking and synonymous to everything else it is that they do. You are a subject that's in the way of them if you do not abide by their thinking from a social or political view. It doesn't even matter. Like I said, guy that advocates and have been advocating for gay marriage and all sorts of things, a lot of the causes that they claim to champion for decades, passes away. I'm not talking about Rush, I'm talking about one of the Koch brothers, passes away, and they did the same thing. Because you're not dealing with rational people, you are dealing with control freaks that cannot possibly see a way in which they are the ones that are in the wrong, or more importantly, they are the evil ones, or they are the baddies. No. That is only reserved, and that type of talk is only reserved for you guys. You are the bad people. You're the one that's the problem. So what they will do is what they're doing right now, and in which they will not only project to make it seem like, okay, you're the worst person in the world, therefore I get to treat you like this. No, it's that when something like this happens, in every instance that it happens, it's like burning hell, burning hell, burning hell, burning hell, because also ultimately that's what they want from you in the event that you are not one of them. So you have to treat them like that and understand when you are navigating, no matter what it is that you're doing. It doesn't matter if it's politics, though I would stay out of that. It's a losing effort right now, but it doesn't matter if it's a subculture or if it's particularly with something political related. You got to understand that not only playing by the rules that you set for people that think like you are as rational as you doesn't even matter, because your enemy does not abide by, or does not operate on those same set of moral standards. You have to understand that to understand how to defeat them.